Hey everyone, welcome to Build and Bond. I'm Paul. In this review and revisit, I'm going to look at the LEGO Star Wars AT-AT driver helmet, this time with some fresh eyes and comparing it. So is it a top tier addition to the helmet line or just another trooper lid? Stay tuned. You know, when I think back to putting this set together, it does remind me of what makes this helmet stand out. You know, you've got the bright Imperial insignias, you've got the distinctive dual tube breathing apparatus, of course, that sleek sort of gray color scheme. It's an interesting color. We'll talk more about that. And there's some designing details and some color asymmetry. So, it's a bold design, and honestly, one that doesn't really get that much attention. When you line it up with some of the other helmets, like the classic Stormtrooper or the elegant menace of Darth Vader, it doesn't maybe dominate the shelf, but I think that's part of the charm. It's definitely for fans who like deep cuts, the unsung designs of the Empire. And it does give me this idea that I think it has niche appeal. Great for Empire fans, maybe not a must-have for casual collectors. If this is the first time that you're starting into the helmets, it might not be the one that you want because it's not something that you necessarily know well at all. So let's be real, this helmet barely gets any screen time in The Empire Strikes Back. But maybe that's exactly what makes it cool. It's like discovering a background character with an incredible costume. In The Empire Strikes Back is where we see the chicken walker for the first time. It's on screen for literally a second, and it's a background gag. I remember watching the movie for the first time in the theater, and people actually laughed. So this is where we sort of get these details that sort of become part of Star Wars lore. And I have to admit something. I did not understand or realize that the helmet for the AT-AT driver was different than a regular Stormtrooper helmet. In the movie, it's such a throwaway, quick thing, I just assumed, oh, of course, Stormtroopers drive this vehicle. I didn't realize it was actually radically different and had been designed so differently, and it kind of is a shame that it did not get as much time on camera. Seeing the full 360 of this in LEGO form really lets the details shine. The side vents, of course, but there's asymmetry in the tubing. You've got this interesting section at the back that I don't even think I saw in the film. So that's one of the things that makes this, makes it so charming, right? Not every helmet has to be front and center on your shelf, just like it wasn't necessarily front and center in the film. And so it can play a supporting role really beautifully. So I would say for builders, this one is definitely a fun challenge. I put it together and I was realizing that it was actually a different kind of build than the other helmets. And so it made it even more fun to put all these pieces together. And that was very satisfying. That said, I think the helmet line could use a few more additions. I don't actually own all of them. I'm missing a few. But if I could add more, I have my choices. I would pick three things immediately, and here's my dream lineup. And I chose from my existing LEGO collection. So first, the Y-Wing pilot helmet. I think it's underrated. I think it's overdue as a result of that. It's such an incredibly strange shape. It almost would be fun to see this come to life in LEGO in the same way that the AT-AT driver helmet gives you a glimpse at something you didn't really see much on camera. It would be the same thing for this, I think. Secondly, the Royal Guard helmet. It's got that deep crimson color and the smooth curves. If LEGO can pull that off, man, that would be amazing. And then third, Lando's disguised helmet from Return of the Jedi. The one that sort of gladiator meets bounty hunter kind of vibe. And I think that would look really incredible in LEGO. So, my final verdict, the AT-AT driver helmet might not be the flashiest of the bunch, but I think it really earns its place. It's unique build, lots of detail, feels like a hidden gem to me. What do you think? Is it a worthy addition or is it an easy pass? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me.